ladies and gentlemen. I will be right back, okay? Let's put you right here, and you can see the amazing and lovely OK Soda. I'm gonna set this right there for you. I'll be right back, okay? Shh. Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am here. I am live. What's up, Zane's Cheerios? What's up? I'm just getting ready. This is the first time I'm like just pressing live and not having anything prepared. I'm just gonna go with the flow. Hey, good evening, lechuga. Uh, since I may be going back and forth this live stream because this is going to be about soda talk. All your burning questions and answers will be, or your burning questions, the answers will be given. And there's some OK Soda to start off the day. How is everybody doing tonight? Hope y'all are in good spirits. You're not sick or anything like that. Ooh, I gotta tell you, and a little update, just some personal stuff about me. If you've been following the channel since October of last year, 2024, I was sick with pneumonia, and I've never felt so sick in my entire life, and I will tell anyone this. I would much rather have the dreaded, bad stuff in 2020 three times over than having pneumonia. Hello, Hurricane UFC. Was good with it. Hope you're doing great on this Saturday night or Sunday morning, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, so I got out of having pneumonia. It took about I'm glad. Well, I'm glad. I mean, every single time I put out a video, good DJ, glad to get this notification. That's what I'm talking about here. I'll post videos and go live and stuff, but it's like it never really gets shot out. What are the rarest? Hang on here. What are the rarest discontinued Pepsi flavors to find exclusive to Europe and Latin America? Um, as when it comes to Latin America and Europe, I want to say that there was a. All right, I'm gonna have to get up for this one, okay, guys? Give me a hot minute. So first off, we will do Europe, and then I'll work to Latin America. So let's see if I could find it. Well, I'll get this one out. That's a bonus. Da, 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 da. This is such a mess. My soda collection is such a mess. If I could find something that is crazy enough. Okay, so here's one of them right there. I will break out. And let's get a... I want to show you, I just don't want to tell you. You know what I mean? I can't find it right now. Oh, there we are. Da 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 da. It's right there. And let's grab the Pepsi Clear. Okay, so to answer, do you have Pepsi Jazz bottle or can? Yes, I do. I will show you in a second. So to answer the first question here, one of the most rarest things I have, at least from Europe, is that Pepsi Mojito is impossible. I know, dude. I swear to God, I've only been able to see few images on Google, and that is it. That is probably one of the rarest ones, but this is the one that I have that's a tangible thing. This is Pepsi Mint Blast, and it's featuring these people that I have no idea who they are. I think this is either, Russian. Yeah, this is a Russian flavor, Pepsi Mint Blast, which would be awesome to try. But this is an empty can because, when it comes to shipping stuff and getting stuff Thanks for hitting that like, Zane's Cheerios. But like, yeah, whenever you're getting stuff sent around the world, some countries have laws they can't send anything that contains liquid, which is a huge bummer. So it's like, at least I have the can, so I can at least show it off when I eventually do an documentary on this one. Documentary Wild World of Pepsi entry on it. So there's that. And from Latin America, it's got to be the Pepsi Clear. This came out in Mexico, the holiday season of 2000. This. I usually know this off the top of my head. I'm having a huge brain fart. 2005. Why did I? 2005 holiday season, Pepsi Clear came out, and it tasted like the original Crystal Pepsi that came out in 92, 93 in America and Canada. They had not switched it up to the re-release that was this version that everybody kind of knows from the mid 2010s onward, because this version contains caffeine and it kind of had, I don't want to say a citrus taste, but it definitely wasn't as smooth as the original Crystal Pepsi. But this was much like the original Crystal Pepsi, and this is the rarest one. This is probably one of the most rarest pieces in my collection, a Pepsi Clear, which a lot of people, when they think about Crystal Pepsi, they will say, "Oh, I remember Pepsi Clear." Like, they confuse the name with Crystal Pepsi with Pepsi Clear. Obviously, it's understandable because it was Clear Pepsi. Sup, Eric W? What's going on, dude? Hopefully, you're having a great night. And so people think Crystal Pepsi, they just remember that it was clear, so they say it's Pepsi Clear. And most people will say, it was Crystal Pepsi. There was no Pepsi Clear, but there actually was one rare ass thing that only existed for like 3 months in Mexico in 2005. Here it is. And yeah, I got this for so cheap on eBay. Some guy threw it up and I got it for like $15 or something. Like that was a steal. I know you may think that's crazy, but oh my god. Someday you will find me sealed bottle of Pepsi Samba. Yes, that one too. There's also one that came out in Turkey, I think 2 years ago, 2003. It was Pepsi Nutmeg. And I've seen some influencers that got it and they tried it out. And it's always like some dumb chick that doesn't know what she's even trying. She's like, yeah, it tastes good. Okay. I'm like, you just totally butchered the review. You have no palate on your tongue to really kind of give the viewer exactly what it tastes like. Pepsi, stop sending these dumb influencers stuff that they couldn't review themselves out of a paper bag. But that's how it goes. Maybe one day Pepsi will send me stuff, but until then, I'm just out here rooting, scavenging like a little critter. But there's one that I grabbed for a bonus here, and I will get to your Pepsi Jazz. Don't worry about that. Here is Sprite Citron Mint. I'm butchering how to say it every single time. My wife knows how to say it properly. I don't. I'm a classic American. But this, I got this in Morocco when I was over there for the summer of 2023. And over there, like when you go into a store, like there's just coolers of soda. And a lot of it isn't exactly organized. It is a bit, but you'd have to open up a door and you'll find nothing but Sprite cans in the same shape as this. But you go rooting, and every once in a while you come across a can that looks like this, and it's a clearly different flavor, and it had mint in it. It was just so damn refreshing. It was the best Sprite I've ever had. And I tried to look elsewhere since then to try to find this, but apparently it was only a limited edition thing that was only available in Morocco, and I just so happened to be there at the time, and I was just like, man, what a huge collision of fate, worlds colliding, me being there and this soda existing and me trying it and being like, oh yeah, this is one of the best. They should send new test flavors to Maximus the Fourth, those influencers who give the most bland review you'll ever see. Yeah, I mean, Maximus, he goes hard when it comes to drinking those sodas. It kills me as a collector because I know This bottle right here, if this was given to him, he would crack this baby open in a second and just guzzle it on down. Uh, and that would kill me as a collector, because I see this stuff as like basically unreviewable, you know, because it just tastes like sugar water after it's been died down for a while. But like, yeah, yeah, it's wild stuff, man. Collecting soda is something I thought I'd never get into, to be quite honest. I remember when, you know, because I started out as a toy collector. I just collected toys and maybe some oddball stuff like a tongue splashers can or just some weird food items. That video of Pepsi Kona and Pepsi Green was, oh God, yes, the Pepsi Green. Dude, I remember seeing that same bottle on eBay, and when he bought it, I was just like, "Oh, it's cool. At least he gets to." But I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, I, I, I would have kept that, especially a Pepsi Green sealed. I see one other one up on eBay, but it doesn't have the same packaging. It's just like your like basic bottle. I'll show you. Hang on a second. Not Pepsi Green, but uh, you know, the other bottle of Pepsi Green that I've seen on eBay is like this, but it's green, and the only like real labeling is on the top there, Pepsi Blue, or you'd say Pepsi Green, but like nothing with the actual label that's on the side or anything. So that kind of killed me. I will get to your Pepsi Jazz. Uh, in the meantime, I will show you. I'm just going to bring some Crystal Pepsi up for your viewing pleasure. And there you go. I'll be right back. So, yeah, 1 second, guys. Until then, ask away questions and I will get to you ASAP. I thought I had bottles. The cans are over here. Ah. Okay, 1 can of Pepsi Jazz. Right there. Let's see here. Ah, there's another one. There's the other one. Let's see if we can find the third one. The trifecta. There we go. All right. Okay. Hopefully I haven't lost everybody. The hell's this guy doing? Just digging through old cans. It's trash that he's collected. All right, let me check up on the chat here for everybody so I don't forget anybody. I have faith that Maximus won't end up drinking that 2004 Pepsi Fire bottle one day that he showed in a video. Yeah, I don't know. The man is a wild beast, so you never know. I'm sure there are a lot of people that will spend a lot of money on rare soda and drink it, not for the sake of reviewing it or even filming themselves review it to, like, you know, let people vicariously live through them. They'll simply just do it in the room by themselves just to, and that's it. I couldn't do that. Not just because, oh, I want to make sure I film myself do it, but like, I wouldn't even crack it open to drink it in the first place. The Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream is pretty good. Now, that is a soda I still haven't found yet. I found the zero sugar version. I showed the bottle here in a recent review I haven't edited and put out yet. But yeah, I just find zero sugar, and it pisses me off. I'm trying to find the full sugar so I could actually review it, because everyone knows I hate zero sugar soda. But I always buy a bottle just as a collector. You know, you want to have all variations. That's just how it goes. But here is, you have both. Awesome, dude. I just reviewed, where is it? Where's the can? Ugh. I just reviewed Dr. Pepper Blackberry, and I won't spoil it for you, but yeah, I tried this recently. So this will be the latest one. I'll have it reviewed, and I'll have it edited and out by tomorrow, so you'll be able to see what I think of that one. Let's see here. Finally, Lechuga says, finally Pepsi Twist has become a permanent flavor in Argentina. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll search Pepsi Twist on Google occasionally and see like it's available on eBay from another country for like $5. And I'm so tempted to buy one just to review it, just because I don't think I've ever had a proper Pepsi Twist review yet. So I may want to hit Argentina up, or I think in China they still sell Pepsi Twist, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, here is Pepsi Jazz back in the day, and it only came out in Diet Pepsi, so there was never any full sugar or anything, just regular style Pepsi Jazz. And you know, back in the mid 2000s, early to mid 2000s, they were really pushing for like low calorie soda because diets were changing. Americans were more conscious about their health, which I don't see the correlation with being conscious for your health and drinking diet soda. You just drink water or coffee or tea. But hey, that's America for you, you know. I don't understand it, and I'm American, but hey, it is what it is. So first up, we have Pepsi Jazz Strawberries and Cream. I've never tried any of these flavors, so I don't know exactly what they tasted like. But here's the second one. There's 3 different flavors, so I have all 3. This is black cherry and French vanilla, which probably would have been fire. Really good flavor. And then we have this one, a caramel cream, which I would expect to be overtly sweet. I would love to interview somebody that would drink these on the regular just to... I'm going to do a review through a secondhand account and let you know what's up. Let me do a thumbnail. I review Pepsi Jazz through someone else. All right. You know, in about 10 years from now, that's how crazy I'm going to be with like reviews, I think. I hope not. I hope I don't get that crazy. I don't think I'll ever be one of those YouTubers that, when I eventually have kids, will put my son on to review, or my daughter. I don't know. I just always think that's weird. I've mentioned this before. I always think that's weird when dads will, like, bring on their kids to review stuff. Like, I don't know. I just wouldn't want to do that. You know, it's my channel. Why would I don't know. Take your kid to the park or something. Don't rope them into being on your YouTube videos. That's my belief. But anyways, unless your kid really wants to be a YouTuber, say if I had a son, he'd be like, man, I want to do something like what you do. I'd be like, all right, make your own channel. And don't ride my coattails, kid. Do it. Start from nothing like your old pawpaw. Anyways, let's check out the chats here. I think there are 2 versions, Pepsi Twist Black and Pepsi Twist Normal. The Black edition only exists in cans, and the Normal Twist one in a half-liter bottles. Yeah, it's kind of weird how that is. I've seen that before, where they have the one size for just the diet or zero sugar version, and then, you know, the full sugar version would be only in 2 liters or something. I've seen that happen here in America as well. Let's see here. My lappy top. Did it go into dead mode? I think it did. Stupid thing. But anyways, yeah, any other questions, soda questions, burning questions, throw them at me. But until then, we are going to just have a nice little chat about upcoming soda flavors and stuff. Do you have D and L? I don't think I've ever heard of that. I've maybe seen it once before, but I'll have to look that one up. Let's see. What's going on here? Oh, I gotta log back in. There we go. Oh, here's one I pulled out. This is Pepsi Cappuccino. Oh, the 7 upside down thing. No, I never tried that one. But yeah, this is Pepsi Cappuccino, and they made a bunch of different coffee flavored Pepsis like during the mid 2000s. What was this? 2006. This was released, and I think this is a Russian version or something. Yeah, something like that. It looks like it's Russian writing, but who knows exactly. But yeah, this came out, and oddly enough, I would love to just have somebody that worked for Pepsi at some point in the higher ups where I could get prototype cans of stuff that was never released but slated to almost release, and then they, for some reason, cut it. I will tell you one that I was super excited about. Have you ever tried Pepsi Strong Shot or got a can of that? Yes, I do have a can of it. I haven't tried it, but I will grab that can just to show all the other viewers. Because I know exactly where that one's at. Oh, no, wait. So Pepsi, I know there's Pepsi Strong. I do have a bottle of that, but here is the Pepsi Refresh Shot. Still sealed. It hasn't leaked, surprisingly enough. It has an expiration date of 2021. But I know they're still selling these in Japan, and I see them on eBay. And I may want to review these at some point, like a super ultra caffeinated Pepsi in these little cans. Do you have or even heard of Sprites on Fire by Zane's Cheerios? No, I have not. I'm gonna have to look into that. Let's see if I can find my damn mouse for my laptop. We will be in business. Let me bring this. Don't want to ruin this. Put it back in its rightful place. There we go. Be right back. Let me grab my damn mouse. All right. Get my mousey here. Sprite on Fire, you say? Let me do my little research here. Plug that in. Find myself on the World Wide Web this way. Here, let's see if we could turn this table this way, turn this that way, so I could kind of semi-view. Dude, where did Pepsi Nitro go? It was discontinued by this year. This last 2024 was the last year, and there you're still able to find it here and there, but sadly enough, yes, it has discontinued. It's just because Pepsi is rolling out new products and stuff throughout this year, and I guess it just didn't sell that well. I know! I loved Pepsi Nitro. I thought it was great, but maybe it just cost too much to keep it going with the little pebble inside there that would make it a nitro cola or what. I don't know. But yeah, that sucks. That was one of the most disheartening things I saw, along with Pepsi or Coca-Cola Spiced. I loved Coca-Cola Spiced, but it's always a damn shame when companies like discontinue things that are just really awesome. Lechuga asks, have you seen Pepsi When? A limited flavor from Mexico. Whoa. Pepsi Cow. I think I've seen a photo of that or something. Let me Google. Let me do a little Googling. Pepsi, C-A... Well, how did you spell that? Let me see here again. C-U-A-U. C-U... C-U-A-U. Oh! Oh, I'll be damned. I see some ads here. It's orange. Pepsi Qua. Let me see what it's. This is in Spanish, but Pepsi. Let me see if I could Oh, okay. Let me see if I could translate this to English, because this is from a site that translate this page to English. All right, I'll read what it says here. From Mexico City launched the special edition Pepsi Suave. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. As part of the Pepsi campaign, which features soccer players, the media used for dissemblation. This should be noted that Pepsi Suave soft drink will be available in stores only until August. The agency's promoting the launch of Pepsi Suave allows us to continue building the brand. I want to know what it tastes like, because it looks really cool. I don't know. It's got like an orangish look to it. Different, ideal, para refrescarte. Damn, this is blowing my mind, dude. I would love to get a bottle of this. So, yeah. So let's see here. Bottle may have shrunk. Yeah, this is something I'm gonna have to look into. I gotta put that on my list. That's the amazing thing about collecting soda. You think you know it all, you think you have all these flavors down, and then boom, here we go. I really appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know about this flavor, because I did not know. Pepsi Mojito and Pepsi Ice Cream are impossible to find. I haven't seen any bottles for those in sale. No, I know. Pepsi Mojito is something I remember in like 2009 or 2010. A friend of mine saw it just randomly on Google or something. He told me about it, and he's like, he had to be bullshitting me, because he was like, I tried Pepsi Mojito. Have you tried that? And back then I wasn't collecting soda, or really wasn't big into soda drinking in general. I liked Pepsi Summer Mix from 2007. That was fire. But I wasn't really that big into soda, but he would always know that I liked Crystal Pepsi, Pepsi Blue, that kind of stuff. You tried Pepsi Mojito? I'm like, no, what the hell is that? And for the longest time, I never saw it, looked for it. And he said he tried it, but I know he didn't. But, I mean, it's, I go and look, years later, and it's like only available in Italy. It was only available in Italy during the late 2000s, and that was it. So trying to find that, and Pepsi Ice Cream, obviously. I have seen one guy online, and he was showing off cans of his Pepsi collection, and he did have a can of Pepsi Ice Cream. And I commented saying, is there any way, hey dude, I'm a Pepsi collector, is there any way we could trade or I could buy that from you? And he kind of blew me off, rightfully so, because anybody that ever asks to buy stuff that I show, I'm usually nice about it, and I'll be like, look dude, I only got one of these, and I'm a collector, I don't want to break up the family, so I'm sorry, you're just gonna happy hunting. But yeah, Pepsi Ice Cream and Pepsi Mojito, those are on my list too, so it's... I don't care if the can is full or empty. I just want a tangible item that proves that it actually existed. That's all I care about. But having it full, like OK Soda or whatever, is definitely a bonus. I know Zane's Cheerios texted me, messaged me on here. Ever got Dr. Pepper Cherry Chocolate? No, I did not. I remember seeing commercials for it with the guy that made Chocolate Rain, that song that was big on YouTube and like 5 million years ago. I remember that, but I never was like uh, prone to want to go out and try it. I was just like, huh, that's weird. I don't care about collecting soda. Little did I know later on, but I mean, I wish I did. I was talking to a coworker about that actually. He had mentioned it, and he was like, "Yeah, my grandpa when we went on a trip or whatever, a camping trip, he just grabbed a case that said Dr. Pepper on it, and he thought it was just regular Dr. Pepper, and then hot summer day." I go and I grab one of the Dr. Peppers he bought and drank it, and it was that chocolate cherry one. He's like, "Oh fuck, I can't drink that." And I'm like, "Oh, you should have saved them, dude. They're probably worth some money now." But do you have any Pepsi Nitro stockpiled? Actually, yes, I do. Funny enough, when they first released in 2022, I think, yeah, Walmart had this pre-sale where you could buy a case, a 12 pack. It'd be 6 original cola and 6 of the vanilla, and it was like for $20 or something like that. And so I bought 2 cases though. I cracked one open, and you know, I opened up one, drank a vanilla, and I got a regular cola nitro ready. I'm gonna review, which I reviewed both when they first came out, but I had a whole different setup, and I think now I want to give just another review just in a different setting like I have been doing now, kind of like in the same position. Which I don't know, for those of you that have watched me forever and ever, I used to do reviews where it was, kind of like here, and I'd sit behind the table, and now I do them closer like this. And the reason for that is I want to be closer to the camera, one, and two, I want to be able to show the thing very up close, whatever item it is, so people will have more of a thing instead of me being way back here and showing it. I don't know what you guys think, how you have liked the setups over the years or not, but that's just my way of thinking. I've never really polled on people to see if they like one setting more than the other, but still, I'm always in this corner of this room, regardless, drinking sody pop and eating candy. What are you gonna do when you're in your 30s? Oh, I don't know. I'll probably be trading stocks and bonds and have a corner office in New York City, trading on Wall Street, wearing a suit with a tie. And here I am, reviewing candy bars and sody pop. And I gotta say, this timeline is a whole lot cooler than being some boring business guy. I would have more money, but I'd be spending it on boring things like watches and crap like that. That ain't even that cool. But anyways, let me get back to the chat here. A little rambling. Some people say that soda from Lechuga. Some people say that soda collecting is trash, but I've seen a couple of prime collectors saying that. Uh, yeah, I don't know. There's always people that if they're not familiar with it, or they're not, anything that just seems too out of the ordinary, they just reject it right away. They don't even want to, like, get into it at all. Like, there's some people that I see that collect, I don't know, whatever. My dad collects baseball cards, for instance. I could see the value in that, and I could understand the history and enjoy it. And it's not something that I don't necessarily would ever get into, but I would never say that it's trash. And I think people that do say that it's trash, I think they're just so elitist on whatever they collect that anything else that they see others collect is going to be obviously written off and just like, no, no, it's either Hot Wheels collecting or nothing. Why would you collect that trash? Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. I don't worry about anything. I don't care what anybody says really when it comes to me enjoying myself. And yeah, anybody should live that way. Just do whatever you think is cool. The reason why I collect is because I do videos on the stuff, and I appreciate the history and the hunt, the thrill of the hunt. I think that's what it is more than anything. Just when you find something that you know is so rare and you're able to actually get it. It's a high that you can't get any other way when you finally hunt and you find that thing and you're able to place it up on a shelf. That's like one of the greatest feelings in the world when it comes to collecting anything. So, yeah. The only opinion of any collector who will never have the right to give an opinion is the Funko Pop fans. They are very wild. That is one thing. I own two Funko Pops just because of the fact that they looked pretty cool. But man, I completely agree. I go to this toy collector show 2 or 3 times a year in St. Louis. They always have it on. And, you know, I've been going there since I was a kid and like 12 years old collecting Star Wars figures and stuff like that from the mid 90s. And, you know, I've slowly seen that toy show more from video games, old Batman toys, old Hot Wheels toys, the usual crap, and Star Wars toys. And then, just over the past years, I want to say 10 years or so, you go there and you just see every other third table is just walls of Funko Pops. And they all look the same. The only difference is the little body has a different costume or outfit and it's labeled something else. The blank face with the 2 dots for eyes and the little line for the mouth, and they're bobbleheads. They're glorified bobbleheads. And yeah, I get there are some that are more rare. Some are more, you know, exclusive, stuff like that. But and if you're into collecting that, hey, by all means, collect away, enjoy it. But that is something that I've never really been able to see any kind of enjoyment in, because there's just so much out there. And I like the idea of collecting something where there is only a limited line of things. You know, say there's 200 action figures on this line. Boom, that's it. There's no more. That's it. That's what I enjoy doing. Collecting, getting all 200s to say you have the complete set. You know, collecting Funko Pops and trying to get every single one. No. I get it, like, oh, there's the Mortal Kombat series, there's this series, but still. Anyways, we could talk about Funko Pops all night. Let's take a look here. Zane's Cheerios says, they either need to keep Pepsi Nitro Vanilla or bring back OG Pepsi Vanilla. I think you're with me. Yes, I am. I don't know why Pepsi just decides to cut the greatest flavors. They also cut, I don't know if you've noticed this either, they cut Pepsi Nitro in 2024, this past year, and they also cut out Pepsi Mango. So you will be seeing a lot less of Pepsi Mango. If you don't see them at all anymore, you may see some at a few stores that's probably leftover stock. Pick that up if you are a big fan and stock up on it, because yeah, they're gone too. So Pepsi Mango, Pepsi Vanilla, obviously that's been long gone. Pepsi Nitro, you know, I think the Pepsi was this Wild Cherry and Cream. They are, you know, they're gonna keep this as a permanent thing. But I haven't tried it yet. Still looking for that full sugar, but I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I think this seems to be, this year, 2025 is the year of the cream. Because, what's the other one? Coca-Cola Orange Cream. That's out now. Wild Cherry and Cream Pepsi. And there's going to be a lot more coming out. In August, there's going to be A&W, I think Sunday, Fudge Sunday or something. Let me do a little Google, and I'll hook you up here with all the juiciness. Let's see here. Give you all the news. Okay, so here are some 2025 hitters and flavors coming out. In my country, Argentina, they have not yet tried cream sodas. That is a damn shame, Lechuga. Cream sodas are great. Sometimes they're not, but for the most part, cream sodas are good. Let's take a look here. Okay, so what they have coming out, this will be in August, I think. A&W Ice Cream Sundae Root Beer. No lie, on the can, I wish I could put it up here, but I'll describe. On the can, there is a scoop of ice cream with a cherry on top, and chocolate syrup. Wild. So then we got Dr. Pepper Blackberry, that's out. Pepsi Blackberry, Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola Orange Cream, and here's another one: Sprite plus tea, as in like tea you drink. Sprite plus tea. That's gonna be a wild one. I don't know if they're going for the Arnold Palmer lemonade half tea, but that's gonna be coming out soon. This year, and there's always some new sun-kissed flavored thing, and the new one is raspberry blood orange. And I've bought a few sun-kissed things that in the past like year or so, and I haven't reviewed them yet, just because it's like I don't really find these interesting enough. Even though I bought them and I should just freaking review them, it's just like I find other things that I think are far more important to review. So it's like a lot of these sun-kissed releases, they get right past me, and I just don't even care that much. Unless people do care and they want to see me review them, me myself, my own excitement, I just be like, all right, guys, we're gonna review this thing. Yeah, we'll see. Chances are they're probably gonna be really badass, and I'm just hard-headed. I am a Taurus after all, so. Yeah, 7-Up Tropical, that's going to be coming out, if it has not already. Here's a weird one. I have it in the fridge. Yeah, I have it in the fridge, but Sprite Cherry. I've seen it out everywhere in my area, but apparently that's going to be a new release. It's going to be nationwide. So it's been in my area, and I thought that was just a regular thing, but apparently it's a new soda flavor, a new release that'll be coming out this year, so. Let me catch up on all the live chats here. They all disappear. That's why I'm always having to click up here. Okay, so Lechuga says, I hope that with time more flavors will arrive. I hope so, man. Especially for your sake. And people in the UK, they always get shafted when it comes to new flavors. Zane's Cheerios, I wonder when Coke Spiced is gonna fall on its face. I don't think it's doing too good. Always fully stocked everywhere I go. It's discontinued. Coca-Cola Spiced is discontinued. So you're seeing overstock, which is sad. I don't see it anywhere anymore, and I would buy more because I really loved that flavor. But yeah, I know a lot of people hated it. I'm just one of the weird ones that did like it. Lechuga says, have you ever been close to finding Pepsi Summer Chill, not to be confused with Summer Mix? No, I have not. And yeah, I've seen that one too. There is also one called Pepsi Atom, ATOM. I've seen one can of it like 2-3 years ago. I seen a photo of that can, Pepsi Atom, on some random site in a bunch of other cans. And I think it was an Israeli release, or like, yeah, somewhere around that area of the world it was released there. And yeah, that's another one if you don't know about that flavor. I don't even know what it tasted like. You can go on Wikipedia and look up variations of Pepsi flavors, and I don't even think it shows up on there. But yeah, that's another one. Excuse me. Let's see. Anything else? 7-Up Tropical, like I said. I don't want to click on any of these influencer pages. You've seen them, I'm sure. If you follow these snack influencers on Instagram or TikTok, very poorly shot. They're always wearing a coat. I don't know if they're just outside all the time when they're doing these videos or what. They're always holding their phone up, vertical. Hey guys, what's up and welcome. We're going to show you all the new snacks that's coming out for 2025. Okay. like just overtly fake, excitement over everything. But let's see. Anything else that looks cool? Soda releases. USA. That's all there really is. The floats. Let me see if I can find the floats. Soda floats. Everybody's excited about the zero sugar crap, and yeah, I'm not. Okay, so yeah. So Pepsi is going to be releasing, let me check up on the live chats here. Okay, we're good there. So yeah, Pepsi's going to be releasing Pepsi floats, a version that is Pepsi floats, Mountain Dew floats, and mug root beer floats. So all these flavors are going to have a vanilla ice cream taste added to it. So let me take a look deeper into this here. So they conducted surveys. A lot of people really liked them, blah, blah, blah. Not a lot of information, but it's going to create a float experience. So we could only guess that it is going to be a vanilla ice cream, kind of creamy consistency soda flavor. It would probably taste flat, because I don't know if you've ever, had root beer floats or whatever. It tends to make the soda flat. The carbonation dies out pretty quick, which I'm not, opposed to or whatever, but yeah. Zane's Cheerio says, I'm surprised that Pepsi gingerbread was bad. I know! I'm going to look, there was a lot of people saying that Pepsi gingerbread was good. Pepsi gingerbread reviews. And here's my thing when it comes to reviewing anything. I usually never watch anybody's reviews until after I review it, because I don't want my opinion tainted in any way, shape, or form, whether it's good or bad or whatever. I just want to go at it, just, raw dog, so to speak, and just taste it without any opposing or biased thoughts and just take it for what it is, which is how anybody should review something. I would never review something and drink it and think it tastes bad, but I'll say it's good just because other people have said it's good, and I don't want to feel like I'm the outsider or whatever. That's not me. I know some people do that, but I'm just gonna go with the flow. I don't want to be singled out and have everybody yell at me because they loved it and I didn't. So on sporked.com, they gave Pepsi gingerbread zero sugar a 7 out of 10 sporks. Let's see. First and foremost, very high quality, great looking can. I'll agree on that. Not a bad thing. Great cookie-like flavor and nice creaminess to it. I tasted zero creaminess. It was just a very sharp, carbonated, kind of taste. So, I don't know. Maybe it's because they got a can sent to them strictly from Pepsi, and they don't want to ruin ties with Pepsi. Say Pepsi sends me something and I say it's absolute shit. Pepsi will look at my review and be like, well, I guess we ain't sending that guy anything else. So I'm sure you drink this and go, oh yeah, this is great. Thanks, Pepsi. Please send me more free stuff. Hey, you'll never get that from me. I'll tell you straight up. Even if they did send me something, at least I'd just have one and go out in a blaze of glory. Let's see here. It's pretty wild when you Google Pepsi gingerbread, and I'll scroll down. Second video down, at least for me, is I see my own video up there. Like, who is this jackass? Oh, that's me. Let me check the live here. Someday I would like to have a collection full of rare things to get like yours and Michael Popcan org. I don't know if you know him. I think I know. I think I've seen his stuff or come across him at one point, but yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I mean, collecting this soda, it took. Uh, I actually found an old video from 2021 that I just posted on the YouTube channel, where I was at least, showing off the collection then. And yeah, that was 2 years of collecting off and on. And since then, I've gotten crazier into collecting. So it'll take a lot of years, a bit of money, and searching, time in general, effort, energy, and you'll get a decent amount. I still don't have everything. I still feel pretty incomplete with a lot of my stuff, but I do have a nice major chunk of rare Pepsi and just rare soda stuff and collectible stuff. Would have liked to see Oreo Coke stay for a bit and turn to full sugar. Yeah, I know, me too. Um, Zane's Cheerios asked that question, by the way. Uh, in Mexico, that's one thing that, some countries get really good stuff, but it's very few and far between. But at least in Mexico, they did have a full sugar Oreo Coke, which I would have loved to get. I need to look on eBay. Cause I seen one guy selling a can of it once a long time ago, but I didn't get around to buying it. I don't know why I didn't buy it. I just thought it'd be more available or something. You know, let that be a good life lesson for me. Um, so I want to do a little something here. Hold up, give me a second. Let's do March, actually. Okay, so uh, this is on MSN. So this is 10 new fast food items launching in 2025 that you need to try. So let's take a look here. Where is, oh my God. I need to get out of here. Okay, let's skim through. So there's the spicy maple chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A happening. Wow, they are really hitting me with there is a double stack vegan burger from Burger King. So it's a plant-based indulgence with 2 flame-grilled Impossible patties, vegan cheddar, fresh veggies, and tangy vegan mayo. This burger stays true to the chain's smoky signature taste while catering to a growing demand for flavorful plant-based options. It's a win for both taste and sustainability. All right, let me tell you a little something about the Impossible Whopper. Now, I know all of the politics around vegan and veggie burgers and patties and all of this stuff. Not all of them are created equal, all right? The Impossible Whopper is surprisingly awesome. Amazing. Get the cheese on it. Get the mayo on it. Don't get the veggie mayo. Get the actual real cheese. Get the real mayo. All that stuff. The patty itself is decent. And it's not going to be the best. It's going to have a different somewhat taste. But it is very well made. And why do I say that? It's because it was the very first food item I ever reviewed for this channel back in 2019. Which, back then, it was only in test markets. I happened to be in St. Louis where it was being test marketed. So I thought that'd be a great way to break this channel in by reviewing that for the first time. And I thought this was going to be trash. Went into it just like... I went into it neutral, but, as a meat eater, I was like, they're feeding us bugs now. The government's trying to put us on to eat bug patties now and, all that. But I got the Impossible Whopper, ate it, and I was thoroughly impressed. I think I gave it a 7 or an 8 out of 10. And, they're bringing out a double stack vegan burger. You know, I know quite a few people that are vegans, and it's not just because it's their choice. It's kind of they had to for diet, health reasons. So I'm really happy that these options actually do exist for people that have no other way to enjoy a fast food thing. So, I mean, good on them. You know, there are some people that are curmudgeons, and they'll just be like, "Oh, what are they trying to do? You're giving in to the system. You need to eat real meat." Some people just can't, and that's just a part of life. There's a loaded breakfast burrito coming from Taco Bell, which I've never tried any of Taco Bell's breakfast options, which is it's kind of an oxymoron because Taco Bell is usually the restaurant you go to or the fast food place you go to when it's late as hell at night and nothing else is open and you just got the munchies. That's so it's like waking up early and eating at Taco Bell for breakfast just seems like something that shouldn't exist. But I've heard it's really good. A lot of stuff is good. But I just haven't gotten around to do that yet. Let's see. Lechuga says, the other day I saw a sealed bottle of Pepsi AM on eBay, but I lost the link. Oh no! I've been seeing an empty bottle of Pepsi AM uh, here and there for like 75 bucks. I've been, you know, itching to buy it, but, you know, old DJ Glowing Ice doesn't have all the funds most of the time. I'm taking care of business like a man should. So, you know, big purchases like $100 here, $100 there, very few and far between. Don't let the don't let the collection fool you. Let's see. I just wanna look this up myself just to see if I'm able to find the link myself. Let's see. eBay.com. We will search just typical Pepsi AM. Basic search. Then we get AM radios and stuff. Don't you just hate that? AM radios, Pepsi AM bottle. Let's just search that. Pepsi AM bottle. Bottle. Still getting the same crap. The hell is that? 99 bottle solid plastic common spot stock. No, that's not anything cool. What is this? Rare Foot Bowl Pepsi. Some guy wants 600 something dollars for that. Is he insane? Ain't nobody spending that kind of money on that. Okay, let's see. Pepsi AM. Because I swear there are some Pepsi AM stuff up on eBay that I know. Okay, so there's the empty bottle. Yeah, I can't find the full bottle either, like you said, man. Yeah, it's kind of weird because eBay sellers will like list something. They don't know what it is exactly, so they just like list it with the wrong name. And sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't. One, the con with it is, you know, it's hard to search for it and even find it. But the pro, I did not mean that. The pro is, if you do come across it, ain't nobody else gonna find it but you, and chances are you'll win it for a very low price. So, it's hit and miss. You just gotta be lucky to type something in wrong and find it. Zane's Cheerios says, wish I could have tried Pepsi Peeps when it came out. Nobody selling it. Well, Zane's Cheerios, I actually have quite a bit of bottles of it. So, I'm planning on getting a P.O. box for the channel soon so I could actually have people mail me stuff to unbox and I can mail stuff out and use that. So maybe once I get that, hit me up and, you know, just hit me up on the email, iiwrpodcast@gmail.com. Send me your address and I'll send you a bottle just so you could try at least. We'll get that rolling. But first I need a P.O. box, so that'll be happening at some point this year. That's on my resolutions. I've been wanting to get something set up 2 years ago, but I just haven't been able to. Like I said, that's $150 to set up something decent. So let's see. Lechuga says, I think the rarest Pepsi flavor Japan is Pepsi Ghost. I have not seen any collector who has a bottle. Yes, I've seen it too. I've actually seen, who is the guy? He has like all the nostalgia stuff. I always see him like on Instagram. It's Dracula, Dinosaur Dracula. I looked on his YouTube channel. He reviews one. I think he's out on the street or something, and he reviews one. I think it was that, or is either Pepsi Halloween Cola, which I have a bottle of that. A lot of people ask me stuff. Have you heard of this? And it's like, oh, I do have it, but I haven't shown it on video. So that is one of my other resolutions, is to make a video of my entire collection, which will be a huge, massive undertaking. I may have to skip a few days of reviewing crap to shoot everything I need for that video, and then you know, you guys can compare, which I will do every single thing, and every single thing I show, I will, you know, do every aspect and angle of the bottle, so you guys have an idea of exactly the ingredients, what was in it, the nutrition facts, like all that stuff. I don't want to leave any stone unturned when it comes to making that video. So any collector out there can kind of somewhat enjoy it and live vicariously through me when it comes to that. I will tell you, the soda that really bummed me out the most was there was going to be a re-release of Crystal Pepsi in 2022 in America. The closest release we had to that was the 30th anniversary, but it was a sweepstakes winner type of thing. Yeah, 4K footage of Pepsi Blue Hawaii. You got it, brother. It's all gonna be in there. It's gonna be a long one. I'm thinking either do the full collection or maybe do rare Japanese flavors and then just standard American flavor release video. Maybe I'll do them separately and maybe compile it into one big video once I do it all. But what's a favorite design or can just because of the design? I will say more recently the Pepsi gingerbread, but I'll show you what I think is a few different things that I really love. Coming through. Alright, so I got a few here. Because I can't just pick one, you know. Obviously not. Okay, I like this one here. This is like a Pepsi, you know. It's not fried chicken flavor. It was made to cut through the grease of fried chicken. And it's a lemon flavor as well. But I just like this because it just looks so crazy. It looks like you're at a carnival or something with a big bucket of chicken. It's like, okay, it's a soda with a bucket of chicken on it. All right. So, I mean, that's just cool in itself. But a call for an uprising. Hi, what's up, dude? Or gal, lady, man, bro. Regardless if you're a chick or a dude, bro. Another one I really love because I just love the beach. Even though, maybe it's because I'm landlocked as a Midwestern man in America. So I'm always dreaming of the beach, but Pepsi Salty Watermelon. Here is this. This is what it looks like there. Pepsi Carnival mentioned. Yes, I have. I do. I'll show you in a second. Here's another one that I really like. I love the font. That's what I love about Pepsi Ice Cucumber, the font they used for the Ice Cucumber. It just looks so cool, but like it's got a 1980s futuristic thing. Like, you know, the font like from Terminator 2 or whatever, from like the 80s or early 90s, they always have this font that makes it look like it's going to be from the future, but now it's so dated looking. It's kind of this same type of font, which I really love. It's a cool kind of font. But anyways, like I said, the beach. The other one I really do like. I think I like this one more than the salty watermelon. They kind of look the same in a way. And here's some thumbnail action. This is what I would use for the thumbnail of the video here. Oh, oh. So, yeah, Pepsi Blue Hawaii. I really love this one because it just has the palm tree in it as well. But yeah, hang on. Lechuga, I will show you something really awesome. Okay, coming back. Coming back. Okay, so first off, I want to take a look at the live chat. What's a few just because hi. Pepsi Carnival mentioned. Yes. Yes. Here is the almighty Pepsi Carnival. It's empty, but there is a nice look at the cap. And this came out in Japan. It had like I think a tropical taste. So it was like Pepsi. There was another Pepsi I think there was a Pepsi. Yeah, just in the UK there was a Pepsi tropical release, and it was in a tiny little can that stood about yay tall, a little chubby can. It's kind of the same deal. And this is from, I think, 2007. Yeah, 2007. The summer of 2007 is when this came out. I was thinking 2006 for a second, but I had to check just to make sure. So yeah, they came out in these, aluminum bottles, which Japan does that quite a lot. Even in the UK, they do that too. So this was a very wild flavor, very hard to hunt down. I only seen one bottle on eBay, and I wound up buying it. I think I got this one for $14 or something. So it was quite a steal for someone that is really trying to find this one. And then the closest thing I have to Pepsi Ghost is this Pepsi Halloween Cola. It's not as cool looking. It just has your basic kind of bottle cap design, but it has a few cute ghosts and goblins and all that kind of stuff on there. Bats and witch hats and all that. So this came out. Ooh, there's a little kitty on there too. Ugh. I would not suggest drinking this now. There's a lot of chunkage in there. I don't know if you see that. Ugh. That's nasty looking. Something in here was very organic and it broke down pretty bad. When was this? Oh, this is more recent, 2018. So, yeah. Zane's Cheerios. Do you like to look for strange flavors or cool designs more? I look for anything and everything, but mostly the reason I got into collecting particularly Pepsi flavors in general, I've expanded since then, obviously, but it started out because I was just going to do the history of Pepsi, and I wanted to, while going over the history, show every flavor that got released. So it's more or less hunting down every single flavor. Not so much the can designs or like, oh, here's a cool edition of regular Pepsi, but it has a race car driver on it. I don't care about that. I just want every single flavor so I could show it in the documentary that'll eventually come out in 2060. My grandkids finish it for me. But so that's the whole reason why I got into collecting, but then it's kind of morphed into this whole other thing. So yeah, that's what I usually do, is hunt down just flavors, different flavors in particular. So here's this one, because it was mentioned, the black cherry chocolate gummy flavor came out in Japan. This one is actually a really cool one, design-wise and everything. Really sweet looking. I know you mentioned the Back to the Future Pepsi Perfect can, or bottle. I'll show you. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This one is actually really cool, so I should probably mention this one. I really do like this. It's a really badass one. We could pop the top here. Whoop. There we go, in all of its glory. Now, I know there is a second version. This is the version that was like the sweepstakes, but I read somewhere there was a version that there are far more made where it has like a pop top where you could just like flip it up and suck out of it like a straw and flip it back down. And those were for a theater release of Back to the Future, and they were sold in the theaters, and it was like in Mexico or like somewhere, you know, in South America, those were sold. So you're able to find a lot of bottles of those with the pop-up straws on the very top. But this is the OG original release that, you know, there's limited to, I think, I don't know, 3,000 or something. You know, I'll have to go back and watch my own video for that. But it's like, I'll go and study something for so long, do the video on it, and then like emptying data out of a computer, I'll just like, whoop, fly right out of my head, and then I'm on to the next thing that I need to learn about and store in my head for the next video. But yeah, very cool design with that as well. Set that down. And now let's continue to more food releases coming out this year. Lechuga says, I have spoken to a couple of collectors who have gotten their sealed plastic bottles from abandoned shops when they want to sell their old stuff. It's more common than I thought. Huh. Yeah, I mean, if you're able to be around shops like that a lot, like, in my area, there's not a lot that shops that go out of business, though. I guess people that buy stuff in bulk, that'd be the best way to go. You know, so you have all this stock. Oh, I know a seller that sells this old soda from 2 years ago. That, I mean, you can make a profit off of that. But me, I don't have much of a money to invest in to buy big pallets of stuff and sit on it and sell it slowly. You know, I don't have that kind of money to do that. That and also the space in my house to put it. I have just enough to have one of each in this little room, and that's all I got. Let's see. I thought I saw someone comment here. Cheerwine review when? Very soon. I have a bottle of it in my fridge, and yeah, I see it there. Every single time I grab something else, it cries and asks, why not me? Am I not special enough? Do I need to be prettier? And I'm like, no, babe, I love you too, but I like this. I'm in the mood for this today. Really? Is that how you're going to be? So yeah, Cheerwine review very soon. Coming up, McDonald's is going to be releasing at some point this year truffle parmesan fries. They are elevating its fry game with truffle parmesan fries. These crispy golden fries are dusted with truffle-infused seasoning and topped with freshly grated Parmesan. This premium take on their classic adds an indulgence to the fans of fast food. And here is Nashville Hot Chicken Nuggets from KFC. Those will be dropping. I've actually seen them out already. And I love Nashville Hot. I don't know if you've ever tried it, but it's not exactly hot. It's got a very sweet taste to them. And I tell you what really hits hard is if you go to Chili's, I will recommend this to anybody. I want to do a review on these, but anytime we go to Chili's, it's just to eat out and enjoy ourselves, and it's not to do work, you know. And let me pop open my video camera and do this review while you sit across from me, guys, and I'm going to... It's such a douchebag thing to do, so it's like, I don't want to do that, but at some point, maybe I'll just get them to go and come back here and set up and just do the review in my room like that. But the Nashville Hot mozzarella sticks or whatever they got at Chili's, one of the greatest things in the world, I swear to God. Yeah, so I just got to recommend that right away. Lechuga, I would like to see that Pepsi Raw review. You said you were going to do a review in the unboxing video. It would be an interesting video, not going to lie. Yep, I have it. I have it chilled in my fridge, much like it's right next to the cheer wine. They talk amongst themselves and they talk about how jealous they are of seeing, you know, Dr. Pepper Blackberry come in and then come right back out like it's nothing, and they're wondering if they're chopped liver. And I keep telling them, no, you guys are beautiful, and I will try you guys. Just I need to get through some of these current flavors that people are very interested in at the moment, and then I will get to you guys. So no, it will be coming very soon, so no worries about that. I want to try to get through all of the stuff that I need to review in the next couple months so I could get into more documentaries and stuff like that. So anything that you have seen and you know that I'm going to be reviewing, I think by April all of it will be out and done. So I could kind of be free of doing reviews. Not like I hate doing them, but I just have so much that I look at all I need to review and it's kind of daunting. So, and plus drinking soda every single day, even if I'm reviewing it, it's kind of bad for my health. So it's I need to balance it the best way I can, but I'm trying to churn them out as fast as I can, though. So, yeah, the Pepsi Raw is going to be a badass review regardless. Um, Zane's Cheerios says, take a look at Red Rock Strawberry Soda. Found some at South Carolina a year ago. Never heard of it before then. Red Rock Strawberry. Okay. I'll have to check that out. Red Rock I never heard of that one, so it may be something. Red Rock. Okay, here it is on Enjoy Red Rock. Yeah, okay. I see it here on Amazon. It's a generic brand, apparently. Okay. Red Rock. Since 1885. They're one of those companies that make a variety of different flavors. I gotcha. Okay, the history of Red Rock. Whoops, sorry guys, I just kicked you. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Sorry. Red Rock's founder, Lee Hagen, was a prominent merchant during Atlanta's Reconstruction era. In 1885, he purchased a bottling plant in what is now the heart of downtown Atlanta. That same year, Hagen met G.T. Dodd, a wholesale grocer, and the two soon became business partners. They officially established the Red Rock Company in 1885, a year before Coca-Cola, naming the company after Red Rock Lane. In 1908, they pioneered the use of motor trucks to distribute their carbonated beverages throughout Atlanta. In 1929, Dodd acquired Hagen's share of Red Rock Company, becoming the sole owner. Babe Ruth is featured here. Introduced, became an instant hit in 1935. Had over 200 bottlers in 47 states. Red Rock gave Coca-Cola greater competition than Pepsi. That's interesting. Building on this newfound success, Red Rock secured an endorsement from baseball's greatest, Babe Ruth, in 1939. Reproductions of the endorsement poster are currently available today. By the late 1950s, Red Rock and other small bottlers faced a mounting challenge with the continual rise in sugar prices. This, coupled with Red Rock's struggle to streamline its distribution systems and cut costs, initiated a period of drought for Red Rock as a company. Luckily, the original Red Rock formulas were preserved, ensuring the timeless flavors are still enjoyed to this day. Okay, so it looks like it was a company that by the 1980s, it was in a big decline, led by brothers, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so it was like a dying company, but in the 80s it got, rebought, and yeah, it's ever since then, yeah. Leave it to a company to just really just crap out and die when they had such high momentum. Have you seen the original Pepsi Blue from Mexico? Not Pepsi We Would Chew, the version of the Mexican launch of Pepsi Blue from 2002. Yeah, I heard stories about it, and I know a guy on Instagram. If you search collecting soda, that all one word, all one name, he follows me, I follow him. He actually has a bottle. It's an empty bottle, Pepsi Blue bottle, that has totally different looking logo than what you see from the 2002 release here in the States. Where's a bottle of it? I tend to have a bottle of it sitting around here within arm's reach, but not today, unfortunately. But yeah, it's very Millennium Y2K looking. If I could, the best way to describe it. But I've never seen a legit one from Mexico though, which I would love to see. That'd be very interesting. But yeah, that's as far as I know about that one. There's a sriracha bacon cheeseburger coming to Wendy's. There's that. Everyone's crazy about their sriracha. Well, I thought they were. I think that was something like 2014 style. Everybody was crazy about sriracha then. Let's see, Zane's Cheerios. Did I tell you I paid for my truck with cash? Did you really? I want your autograph, bro. How many chicks did you get with 3 chicks at the same time? You tell them you bought your truck with cash? They just hopped on you like crazy? Panda Express is coming out. I can't tell you the last time I ate at Panda Express, to be quite honest. Dunkin' Donuts, the Dolce de Leche. Yes, line up. Right on, bro. Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear. Party! The spicy mango chicken tenders at Popeyes are coming out. With Popeyes, I tell you what. Ordering something online through the app with Popeyes, you'll get the little status and it'll say something like, "Oh, we're getting your order together. Be ready soon." And then when it's together, it should say on the app, "Come on, pick it up," or "We're ready," blah, blah, blah. All the times I've ordered something from Popeyes on the app, you could sit there for an hour, 2 hours. I've never done that, but I'm sure if you sat there for 2 hours, you would still have the same thing. Pick up soon. Be ready. It'll be ready soon. Luckily, I'll always just pull up, 20 minutes after I do the order, because you can't ever trust an app to tell you when to do it. You just give a logical amount of time of thinking, okay, they should be done by now. When I leave 20 minutes from now, and by the time I get there, they should be ready. Never happens that way. I'll sit in the car, look at the app, maybe wait a second. And this has been 3 times I've done this now. I can't trust them anymore. All right? I get out of my car, and I will have to go inside, get to the counter, and there's always just like, I don't know if we get the D-list staff or what, but most of them are just yelling at each other in the back. There's rap music playing so loudly. Not a family-friendly style of rap either. It's just, and don't get me wrong, I love my 2 Live crew. I love my, Too Short, but time and place for it, So I'll always get up to the counter and say, "Look, I got this order here. It's for this." "Oh, okay." They'll go, and then they'll hand me a bag. "Here's your two-piece chicken strip box, and my order will all be wings." And I'd be like, "No, I don't. There's no chicken strips on my order." Open up the app, show them. "Oh, we ain't got this sauce. We ain't got this sauce. We ain't got this sauce." Okay, what kind of sauces do you have? And it just becomes a whole ordeal. It's just messy. So I recommend nobody ever ordering through the app because it's always messed up. You are going to have a rough time. And I mean, I feel like that is the classic Popeyes chicken experience, though. You go through the drive-thru, order something through the drive-thru at Popeyes. You're going to be having to wait at least 20 minutes. So invest, just knowing if you just need Popeyes, you need that chicken, just know you're going to have to invest 20 to 30 minutes of your lunch break or your dinner time to just waiting in the drive-thru forever to get your food. But I always love their food every single time, even though it's more BS than you should have to go through to get food. at a fast food restaurant, yeah, just know you're in for it, y'all. You're in for it. Let me check the live chat here. All right, so moving on. Uh, speaking of from Zane's Cheerios, talk about paying his truck with cash. That's based off of a video I did about this boomer that I had this exchange with, where he was bragging to the uh, uh, bank teller about how he paid his truck with cash and how he doesn't understand how people pay car note every month or have to, you know, loan out a car and pay a car loan. I don't understand it. Why don't you just pay with cash? And it's like, well, I don't understand it. Some of us didn't live with their parents until they were 30. Some of us had to move out almost right away after high school. Some of us actually had to pay for a bunch of bills on top of, you know. But you know, I think a lot of people have this idea that they had the same setup as everybody else, uh, and it's not the case. Some people have had it harder than others. So you can never base your experience in your life with how everybody else should be living. Everybody has their own unique life story. And I don't care who you are, if you're just working at Popeyes or you're some top level exec, you all have a story that I feel is worth telling one way or another. Like some of the most interesting and funniest people I know aren't comedians, aren't even online. Hardly even, you know, the most they do online is say happy birthday to you, and that's it. You know, but and some of the people that are the most loudest have nothing going on. Coming from Sonic, switching gears. Coming from Sonic, they're gonna have a loaded tater tot bowl. This looks like a bunch of white stuff on some tater tots. It's a savory comfort dish. Crispy tater tots are layered with hearty chili, melted cheddar cheese, and diced onions, then topped with a drizzle of creamy ranch dressing. It's a filling and flavorful option. Who made this? Was this some pregnant lady in the middle of the night and she just went wild with something? She just had a craving. I mean, it sounds good, but at the same time, it's like, okay, we've got chili, we've got melted cheddar cheese, and we got ranch dressing on top of some fried tater tots. It's gonna be good, but definitely count your calories when you're eating that. That's for sure. Jack in the Box is having the churro shake. This one would be good because it's always a cinnamon sugary kind of thing. It's introducing the churro shake, blending creamy vanilla ice cream with cinnamon sugar for a festive flavor profile, topped with whipped cream and a mini churro. Aha! I love their mini churros too. Jack in the Box mini churros. You get like, get I don't know, get a 10 pack, a 15 pack, a 20 pack. I'd say a 20. Go for the 20 pack or whatever you could get that would equal that amount or a little less or a little more. Probably a little more. And yeah, I remember eating those all the time when I was in my 20s. It's probably why I gained so much weight in my 20s. I had to get in the high gear in my early 30s and lose a lot of it. But, oh my God, every once in a while I'll still pick them up just for old time's sake. And yeah, that'll be badass to get that and try that out. Barbecue pulled pork pizza from Domino's will be coming out. I worked at Domino's for about 2 months. Yeah, a little while ago, and it was a very wild experience driving for Domino's. Because you think when you're a delivery driver, it's just going to be, hey, I get to get in my car, get the pizzas, drive around. And, you know, I'm horrible with street names and stuff like that. Like, I know landmarks. And some people will tell you, oh, yeah, you go south on, you know, whatever street. You go south on, you know, 68 for about 5 miles, and then you take a southwest projection to the east. It's like, what the hell? Am I Christopher Columbus? Do I have a compass that I'm navigating through? Tell me landmarks or whatever. Better yet, put it in a GPS. So that was definitely a learning experience for working a job that was very minimum wage and having a lot of bullshit going along with it. Um, would I recommend a job as a driver for Domino's? I would say if there is absolutely nothing else and you don't mind wearing and tearing up your car, yeah, go on ahead, but I wouldn't. No, I'd much rather just work at Amazon or something. I know a lot of people complain about that job, which I've never worked it, but trust me, as a dude that worked a lot of horrible jobs as a teenager, um, you could do a lot worse than working at Amazon. Like standing in one spot and putting things in boxes and moving them that way, that's not rough work. All right, I'll just tell you that right off the bat. But anyways, moving on, we have one more thing happening. Shake Shack. I think we have one Shake Shack in the area. It's in St. Louis, very far out. But they have mochi ice cream. I love mochi ice cream. If you haven't had it, it's good stuff. Mochi stuff in general, it's like a pillowy dough, always filled with something. Yeah, like some pie filling flavored gel or I love it. Not to sound like, oh, I'm so cultural. I know all these different crazy country things, but when you try so many things online or on your for your channel or whatever, you're bound to have a vast catalog of knowing what's good and what isn't than the average person. And I will tell you, mochi is awesome. So that's something to look out for as well. And yeah, that's about it. I think we'll close this with on this day in history. We'll do that. Oh, it's almost midnight. We're going from February 15th into February 16th. So we will do February 16th. 16th. And we will check the old Wikipedia to see. Let me catch up if anybody ever commented, said anything. Nope, okay. So if you guys have any questions about anything, life, relationship advice, whatever. Be like, oh, DJ, yeah, my dad's being a real ass. What can I do to... Whatever it is. Soda stuff, that's what I'm an expert in. Music stuff, that's what I'm an expert in. Whatever floats your boat. Let's see here. So February 16th is the 47th day of the year. Can you believe it? We are actually in the 47th day of 2025 already. That is absolutely insane. It seems like yesterday I was at a horrible New Year's Eve party, and it was the most ghetto-ass thing that I ever experienced in my life. But, dear God, did it make for some great memories. Good or bad, but... So, yeah, there are 318 days that remain in the year of 2025. So, get to work if you want to make 2025 your year. You have 318 days to do it. And let's see what happened in history that was actually interesting on this day. Let's see. In 1862, in the American Civil War, General Grant captures Fort Donelson, Tennessee. Fort Donelson. I think I actually went there once. My grandma took us on vacation there. Like when we were younger, my grandma would take me and my brother out to these places, which was nice. You know, she would drive us, like sometimes it'd be in the middle of Kansas and you're wondering what the hell is even in the middle of Kansas. But I remember one time we stopped at this one place in Kansas. It was like a pioneer village kind of thing where it was all made up to look like it was from the mid 1800s. And they had an old general store and an old slot machine that was like inside the general store. It was a lot of cool stuff that, you know, as a kid, you don't really appreciate until you think about it later. And you're like, that was actually badass, you know? But yeah, so I'm sure at one point, you know, we were in Tennessee and we stopped by there. Fort Donelson. Let's see here. In 1899, Iceland's first football club, the Reykjavik is founded. I saw that on my um, ancestry DNA that I am like 3% Icelandic, and apparently my ancestors got around quite a bit. And they traveled by boat to get a piece, even before in the 1800s or before that. If I could go back in time and that's what I would love to do, is interview some of my ancestors. Which is cool that I'm doing these videos now. So like for all eternity, my great great grandchildren could look back on my videos and know exactly what their great great grandfather was like. They're in for a shock. Anyways, let's see here. Zane's Cheerios said, "What do you think of the Super Bowl?" What did I think of the Super Bowl? I was glad. Okay, well, first off, I want to preface this by saying I don't root for any sports team. I don't really watch sports at all. I'm not like I don't know anything. I don't like to consume my free time with like caring about one thing and be passionate about this young guy that's a millionaire and he's getting with a supermodel, what he's doing with his life. I don't worry about that at all. So from that aspect, that makes me, so from that like idea, that makes me not care about sports at all. Uh, but I was glad to see that the Chiefs lost. You know, like going up to the Super Bowl, I will watch the Super Bowl. That's the one football game I will watch. A couple of years ago, I was kind of into at least watching the playoffs up to the Super Bowl, but this year, I just didn't get around to it, and I just watched the Super Bowl. And I was glad to see that the Chiefs lost and the Eagles won, just because I saw the Chiefs were a lot more cocky, and the Eagles went into the game being a lot more like humbled and just be like, all right, let's just focus. Let's just try to do our best. And yeah, that's the vibe I got from the Eagles, at least. And the Chiefs were like, yeah, yeah, all right. One of our guys is with Taylor Swift. We're the best. I liked seeing Taylor Swift get booed. And that was cool. But the halftime show, I sat there and I'm just like, this is boring. Like, I knew who Kendrick Lamar was, and I appreciate any genre of rap or any genre of music for that matter. But I think Kendrick Lamar is just kind of a weak rapper to me. Like, I'm not a big fan of his stuff because I will try to, like, I've had my friends try to get me into it, and, oh man, you gotta listen, he's really good. Like, he tells stories and all this stuff, and I'll listen to it, and I'll just be like, man, I just can't get into it. And I like a lot of rap and, anything really, as long as it's good, but I just didn't get into it. And with that kind of idea of thinking, man, that halftime show was boring as hell. I saw a lot of people on Facebook afterwards saying, oh, you didn't understand the significance of what he did with this and what he did with that, and he's wearing bell bottoms because Drake Bell, and he's getting back at Drake because of their feud, and like all this. I'm like, isn't that such a sassy thing to be like? Like, hey Drake, look at me, I'm on the Super Bowl and you're not. Like, I think any dude that has a preoccupation about what another dude thinks about them isn't good. Like, I would, any kind of beef I would have with somebody. Say I were a rapper and I had beef with somebody, I wouldn't care one bit if he said something about me, because it's like, you said this about me? Well, I'm gonna sit and spend a week in my studio writing this poem about you, and and I'm gonna say it with such like power and emotion, and I'm gonna that. I mean. No thanks. It was very sassy. Let's just say that. But don't get me wrong. I watched it and I was just like, it wasn't awful. I was appreciating the production value. I'm like, okay, what are they gonna do with this? Oh, there's a street that was made. They could walk down. I was like, I mean, it's fine. I give it a 5 out of 10. Just because I didn't really like the music doesn't mean it was absolute trash, but I just didn't. It was boring more than anything. Not like I hated it. It was just boring. I feel like it made sense for him to be the halftime show. He was very relevant in 2024. Yes, I understand that. Because everywhere you turned, you could put on any music station from the hip hop channel on the radio to the the hit channel. All you'd hear is dun 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 dun. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. So it's like, yeah, he was a big star. That's what I always feel like. That's what any company, any big event is going to do. They're sitting in their board office and they're sitting there thinking, let's see here. What can we do? We're in the boardroom. All of us are around. Who is the biggest? Who had the most plays on Spotify? Who was played most on the radio? Oh, not like us, the Kendrick Lamar. Okay, well, he needs to be on there. It wasn't like, oh, we need to look at his artistry and we're going to look at who he is as a person and all this meaning. No, they're just looking at who could put the most asses in seats and go with that. That's like any company ever. Like Pepsi's sitting around thinking, what is the flavor that people are really in tune with these days? And it could be, vanilla, or people really like cherry this year, or people are wanting to watch their diets, so let's push more diet stuff. So yeah, it definitely does make sense. That chick's mic wasn't even on. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was kind of half-ass watching it and half-ass eating my Popeyes chicken wings. So, yeah. So there was that. But yeah, I enjoy a good halftime show. A lot of my friends were like, "Are you're watching the Super Bowl? Why would you do that?" I'm like, I don't know. It's on. Simple as that. You don't have to be a fan of football to watch the Super Bowl. So I enjoy the commercials too. So the typical response to anybody that doesn't watch football but watches the Super Bowl is that. Let's move on. Oh, this day in 1923, Howard Carter unseals the burial chamber of King Tutankhamun, the pharaoh from ancient Egypt. And I think he died. He died when he was like 13 or something. Let's see here. I want to look up because there was something crazy about Howard Carter's death that was kind of wild. And it was tied with Tutankhamun's like thing on his head. It had like a bird and something else. So let's see. Howard Carter's death. He died from Hodgkin's disease, age 64. He was buried on the 6th of March. 9 people attended his funeral. Damn. His love for Egypt remained strong. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't say anything, but there was something weird about he had a pet bird and a snake ate his pet bird or something, and those two things were engraved on King Tutankhamun's headpiece, whatever, his funeral piece or whatever. Let's see. 1937, Wallace H. Carruthers receives a United States patent for nylon. Very important. Let's see. Nothing too crazy happening here. 1968, in Haleyville, Alabama, is the first 911 emergency telephone system that goes into service. So, there's that. In 1986, the year I was born, China Airlines Flight 2265 crashes into the Pacific Ocean near Taiwan, killing 13 aboard. Very sad. 1996, a Chicago-bound Amtrak train, the Capital Limited, collides with a MARC commuter train bound for Washington, D.C., killing 11 people. Lots of crashes on this day. Uh, Man. 1998, China Airlines Flight 676 crashes into a road and residential area in Taiwan, killing 196 people aboard and 6 more on the ground. I don't remember this, but in 2005, the National Hockey League cancels the entire 2004-2005 regular season and playoffs. That's wild. Uh, Maybe I do remember that. I'm not sure, but man, that's crazy. People born on this day. Let's see. In 1222, Nichiren, founder of Nichiren Buddhism, he was born on this day in 1222. Anybody cool? Let me take a look here. I know this is riveting stuff, guys. I appreciate y'all for sticking around this long. It's been a fun, wild night once again, as it is always. Wow, Ice-T is old as hell. Today is his birthday. He was born in 1958. Maybe he's not that old, but like that's surprising to me. He's 67 years old. That's wild. That blows my mind he's that old. I thought he was maybe 45 or something. Dave Lombardo, famous drummer, born in 1965. Today's his birthday. Anybody else really sticking out to me? Lupe Fiasco, American rapper. He was born on this day in 1982. Oh, today is The Weeknd's birthday, if you know who that is. Big singer, rapper. 1990, he is 35 years old. So happy birthday to The Weeknd. Ava Max, my girl. I saw Ava Max. She played like a free concert in St. Louis. And there was only maybe 300 people there, max. No pun intended. And you know, I knew one hit from hers off the radio, but when I saw her live and I saw that she was as short as I am, I fell in love. Because usually I don't find women as short as me or shorter than me attractive. I don't know, I'm like weird where I find women taller than me attractive, mostly because most of them are attracted to me, or most women are taller than me, so I have to find taller women attractive regardless by default. But seeing her, she's like the first short chick or chick my height that I thought, yeah, all right. I liked the way she moved. She had this confidence. It was very hot. But let's see, anybody else that is anyways, Ava Max, born in 1994. So what does that make her? She's 31 right now. And that is it. Any holidays today? Today is Day of the Shining Star in North Korea. So all you North Koreans out there watching right now, there's millions, I'm sure. Happy Day of the Shining Star. And it's also Elizabeth Petrovich Day in Alaska. So yeah, there you go. All right, I'm going to check one more time on the live chat, and we will call it a night. Zane's Cheerios says, that scissor or SZA chick. Yeah, whoever. Yeah. That's what makes me feel old. I used to know everybody's name in music. Not even 5 years ago I knew all the people, but there's just so much out now. It's hard to keep up. All the TikTok famous musicians, that have it's just the one song, and you know, then they're gone, but they're hot at the moment, pop, and then they're gone. They're stale the next day like popcorn. But yeah, that is it. Sorry, I'm moving the thing once again. Thank you guys for enjoying and hanging out with me for another fun live stream. I hope it was good for you, as it was good for me. Woo! I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. We'll do another one of these live streams very soon. I think I may bust out the crane machine for the next live stream. Yeah, let's make it a point to that. I promise. Let's make a promise right now that I do that. And that's it. Have a great rest of your weekend. It's late Saturday night into Sunday morning, and be safe out there. Appreciate all y'all sticking around and all the support, past years, in the future, all that stuff. Have a good one, guys. Stay safe. I'm DJ Glowing Ice saying peace out. All right.